I am in the wrong place. Okay. This is my setup. Hey everybody, my name is DOJO Mojo. So you probably already heard about Google Glass from a million years ago that was set to shake the world after release, but barely left a dent in the smartphone marketplace, right? Oh, you haven't? For real? Well, I guess I'll have to explain it to you again. What Google Glass is just regular eyeglasses but with a head-mounted optical display and touch-sensitive panel on the right side of glass that allows people to interact with whatever apps are available on the device. You might have also heard that the device was a failure after release, and I'll get into that too. Basically, Glass had a number of issues. There weren't too many third-party applications to use with Glass, so Google Glass wearers left as a result, which then discouraged developers making apps for the platform because the number of people using Glass didn't warrant them to make apps for the platform anymore. This vicious cycle of there being little third-party apps to use on Glass, less and less people buying Glass, and developers giving up on Glass continued until the device's eventual death in 2015. There wasn't really much that Glass could do that a smartphone couldn't. The functionality of the device was more akin to a smartphone just taped to your face, nothing more. Sure, it was a lot less distracting while driving, according to one study published in 2014, and performing other daily tasks like walking, jogging, cleaning, reading, and whatnot. But other than that, there wasn't much of a selling point for the device with its severely limited functionality. The stigma associated with Glass was great, and nobody liked being called a glasshole, a term that initially characterized people wearing glass inappropriately in public places, but later broadened to include all Google Glass wearers. For some reason or another, once Glass was mainstream and widely available to everybody, it sort of began to look a little funny and almost weird. Not only was the device not stylish, but it had an obvious camera at the front that made Glass look ugly and people fearful that their privacy might be enriched by people wearing Glass in the public. To make matters worse, the device was over $1,000, a price that most people, even today, are willing to lend big companies without solid grounding. Because of those factors, the device was synonymous with wealth, disreputability, and other abhorrent qualities. There was even a case in 2014 in which a Google Glass wearer was harassed and robbed for just wearing the smart glasses at a restaurant. This highlights the extent to which people's resignations about Glass had gone. Speaking of privacy, this brings me into the fourth issue with Glass, and that is the major security and privacy concerns surrounding the device and its potential uses. In 2015, the MPAA, or the Motion Picture Association of America, and NATO, not that NATO, the National Association of Theater Owners, filed a joint statement making clear that people wearing Glass or any other brand of smart glasses couldn't wear them in movie theaters. This came after many feared that Google Glass wearers, or explorers as I'll call them from here on out, could use their new gadgets to film entire films and distribute them illegally on the internet. Which I guess is fair, but Google Glass could only record up to 30 minutes at a time, and that's just on one full charge. Also, businesses from restaurants to banks and ATMs to casinos and even bars banned Glass, which heavily limited the device's usage in many public areas. Even Glass explorers themselves admitted that people that they met in their day-to-day lives had asked them if they were spying on them somehow or recording them with Glass. And while a little education is enough to water down these concerns, it still shows that the vast majority of people still have the resignations with the release of such a device. And finally, Google simply hadn't delivered on the promises they made in their Project Glass one-day video that released in April 2012, which really got everybody hyped for Glass's release. Because of the issues mentioned in Problem 1 and 2, it was really hard to sell this device because it wasn't necessarily revolutionary or exceptional, most especially for the price tag of $1,500. We expect a lot more from the Big G. Okay, let's get out of here. You're probably taking this in and saying, okay, dude, what about this device wasn't a failure? It seems to me that you don't even know what you're saying. And to that I say, no you. One thing I forgot to mention when I was going over the Google Glass issues is that in 2015, Google had officially shut down the Google Glass Explorers Edition program, and the Google Glass team, which originally had been a part of the Google X division, had become a separate division within Alphabet, which is Google's parent company, with Tony Fadell, the senior executive of Nest, becoming the head of the project. To sum up a statement released by the California tech giant, Google Glass had exited its baby stages, and the Google Glass Enterprise Edition smart glasses would still be made available to enterprise users, that being US and international corporations. That last part is integral to why Google Glass was and is not a failure in my opinion. And we're about to get into that right now. This may come as a surprise to you, but Alphabet has reaped a massive profit from that decision. By directing attention to the market of major corporations in areas from manufacturing, logistics, and healthcare, Alphabet has not only gained a large portion of the smart glass market with glass, but the product has been massively beneficial to the quality of many aspects of these companies. A company called AGCO reports that glass has made quality checks 20% faster for factory workers, and in the Sutter Health Palo Alto Medical Foundation. Wow, it's a long name, dude. A doctor reports that using AUGMEDIX, a medical application used by medical professionals wearing Glass Enterprise, really helps her connect with their patients and relay important information to them quickly and efficiently. Another company called BrainPower conducted a study to see the effect that the company's Glass application, Empowered Brain, had on children and young adults with ADHD-related symptoms, and concluded that Empowered Brain had the potential to reduce ADHD-related symptoms like hyperactivity, inattention, impulsivity in school-aged children, adolescents, and young adults. On the profit side, a market research firm called Forrester Research made the prognostication that by 2025, about over 14 million American laborers will be using Google Glass. That's about 9% of the workforce in the United States, according to current statistics. And in the next 8 years, the smart glass market will be worth $1 to $2 billion if Alphabet holds 50 to 100% of that market. That's a huge profit for Alphabet, as you can see. Seeing now that Apple's making plans to enter the smart glass market with Apple Glass, according to recent leaks, that number may rise. So hopefully now you realize that Google Glass isn't really a failure and has since grown to be a massively beneficial asset to US companies since the ending of the 2013 Google Glass Explorers program. But that's not the only thing to note though, as publications have stated that as recently as June 2020, Google had announced that they acquired the Canadian-based tech firm North. You might know the company from their flagship consumer smart glasses called Focals, which have a lot of the same functionality as Glass, with the exception of the obvious camera and prism at the front of the frames, actual lenses, and a little ring for using the device, which many who reviewed have said is a pretty practical solution, but I tend to disagree with that. I kind of prefer the swiping and voice commands of Google Glass, but I digress. With this acquisition, Google may be taking on the same standard eyeglass approach that North's Focals do, while also providing the functionality of smart glasses. This makes sense from a business stance because going back to those rumors about Apple making their own smart glasses, Google probably wants some of that consumer pie as well, considering that Apple will likely make massive waves in the smart glass market coming out with their device. That being said though, we may see the next generation of Google Glass products looking like regular eyeglasses or a bit of the same design that we still see today in the current glass product lineup. It's not clear what the company is going to do, but one thing is for certain, it's going to be one heck of a battle. That's all folks. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and share this video with others interested in Google Glass. Don't forget to tell me what you think about what I had to say in this video in the comment section below. That's all you're going to get from me folks. This is Dojo Mojo signing out.